live once again. Hello, everyone. I am V Wild, and I will be playing two wonderful characters today, and I am starring with...
Hi, my name is Wiss, and I am playing Rye today. It's going to be a good time.
our wonderful little boy. We love him so very much. And things have been quite eventful recently, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. And these two haven't seen each other for a while. Well, these three, I suppose, haven't seen each other for a little while.
You've said before that Rye has been visiting Network, so at least there's that. I mean, Network hasn't been great with everything. They've been a little grayer, a little colder, a little more trying to keep a happy front for their little Rye warmth bringer, because he's so soft and he doesn't deserve all of this chaos. Oh no.
And well, he's been popping in because not only does he's got to make sure all the plants are watered and everything, but he doesn't want Nettle to be alone. That's mean. No. It's not Network's fault that she's literally stuck in the ground.
Little Rye, so soft, so loved. Aww. And I think that's almost where we start today. You've been coming every few days, and when you left last time, something did happen, but you were already gone, so you didn't notice.
Mm-hmm.
But now you're coming back again, and Rye, could you roll me a quick perception check as you're coming up to Network?
I can do that. Where's his perception? Okay. 22. Nice.
Oh, that is good. Right. As you're coming up, and I should probably post a picture of what Network looks like at the moment, because it's soft. And we love Well. We love Well so much.
They have a very nice, pretty artwork now.
Indeed. But, right, as you're coming up to the building, Network Sweetheart Nettle, bless them, has been greyed slightly. The windows always almost, grey, an ashy, yellowy grey. That's not what you see today. You see bright gold, like seriously blinding gold. It's like all the lights are on at full blast, kind of gold.
Oh dear. Oh, Rye's going to look at this and he's just going to kind of actually stop. Once he notices this, he's just stop and look. And then he's going to be sprinting down the street the rest of the way to get to Network's door.
As you do, as you get very close, you hear humming. Like, full-on singing humming of Network speech. Just, and it is loud and it is bright. Network seems happy. You're not sure why?
Ryan doesn't care why. That's good news. If Network's happy, that means something good has happened.
And you get to the door, and I'm going to roll off of that 22.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You hear laughter.
Is it familiar laughter?
Incredibly distinctive Lynn laughter.
He is going to squeal as his hand goes for the handle.
As you're doing that, the door actually opens on the other side, and you see Lynn, but different to normal. You see bright gold fur, and she's looking up. She's looking at Network at first, at the ceiling. She's like, yeah, I'm going. And she looks at you, Rye, and you see round pupils and surprise. She just goes, Rye.
Oh boy, he's a little bit stunned, to be quite honest. I don't think Lynn's appearance is different enough that he has to roll anything to twig, but his eye is very blue and round, and he is 5 seconds away from just like standing there doing little happy flaps, to be quite frank.
Lynn is looking at you, and she's frozen, but not in fear or anything. It's in shock because she was gonna go and pick you up, and she's just, and her fur just fluffs a bit, and she just goes again. Right. Holy peck. Yep. And she is grinning.
I'm gonna roll a dex for my boy. No, not with an at, with an exclamation mark. Where's? Come on. There we go. 18. Excellent. You can do a dex save if you like, but I don't suspect Lynn is going to want to contest this.
Nope. I
Because
think I know what. Nope.
she is now being significantly tackle hugged, and there is a loud squeal from Rye.
Oh, Lynn goes down. It's just like there is just she opens her arms immediately and instinctively as Rye lunges at her, and she is now on the floor with a little shadow in her arms. And she is making the happiest noise herself as she just curls around you.
And he's just like, he's quite happily lying on top of Lynn with his arms wrapped around her. His little stick legs are like kicking a little bit excitedly, and he's just squealing, "You're home, you're home, you're home, you're home!"
I'm home. Oh, my little Rye, I'm home. I'm home. Oh, I have missed you so much.
He is, well, he doesn't have a mouth. So he can't really grin, but he's laughing and crying and squealing, and like you're getting these little nuzzles under the chin. He's just so freaking happy right now.
One thing Rye will notice, Lynn, when she's hugged previously, she's always been, well, her hands have always been fists when she gives hugs. Because claws, small children, that isn't a good thing. She could scratch them and they could get hurt. No, not this time. Rye, you feel her hands just, they're not clawed. And she is hugging you as tight as she can, which isn't as tight as usual because, yeah, she has kind of been accidentally starving herself a little bit for the past week and a half, but it's fine.
You say that.
And I'm going to roll something very quickly for network. For wonderful darling network. Let's see. What is your dex? What is your dex, sweetheart? Oh, of course it is. Because you are a house. Alright. It's not as strong as it could be, but yeah, you do feel this very soft, warm tornado around you both. It doesn't quite lift you off the ground because you are on the ground. You are very much centered on the ground.
Awesome.
But yes.
Also, I'm just wheezing at the fact that Rye and Network have the same dex.
Yes. Right, congrats.
Oh, that's funny.
He's probably as strong as a house as well.
Yeah, it's entirely possible. He's not very.
And after a bit, there is just Lynn just clutching Ryan, just going, "Oh, I am so happy to see you. You're all right. I mean, what are you? Well, actually, Network has been saying that you've been visiting. I mean, sweetheart is blessed on that front. But you're okay. You're all right. I mean, I left you with Rez and the others, so you're doing okay.
Yeah. No, I'm fine. And he's just squeezing you again.
Yes. Oh, you're getting squeezed back, kiddo. And actually, let's see how well Lynn is squeezing, because yeah, like bless Lynn. She has been through the wars.
Oh Jesus! That's a 23.
Yeah.
Wow.
All of her strength, all of her remaining strength that she's got. I mean, she has had some wonderful soup and stuff from other people. And she is just giving you the biggest hug that she can, because, yeah.
Do I need to do a strength save? I mean, that is a 23.
You can if you want. It's not gonna, like, crush you to death or make your bones pop, but yeah. Okay.
Maybe it will.
versus a 1.
Wow. I think at after a while he's kicking sort of changes a little bit. He's like, Lynn, too tight, too tight.
Oh, pet, sorry. And she does relinquish her hold. She actually just like holds you slightly in the air because she's still on the ground. And yeah, now you're slightly dangling in the air. So
That's
like,
okay. He doesn't really weigh anything, especially with that 23. You can like just put your hands on his rib cage sort of area and just sort of hold him above you, and his arms and legs will just sort of dangle, and he'll just look down at you.
You weigh about the same as a pile of grapes, kid. Have you been eating?
Yeah.
You know what?
I just don't weigh anything, I guess.
You were tiny and you were weighed out. You were weighed by love, and that is it. I mean, seriously. And she does just do this little almost push up with you, just like you weigh nothing. You're tiny, you're precious.
He thinks this is hilarious. He's just sitting there giggling now.
And Ryan, would you like to make another perception check around you?
Sure, that's something that he can do. Cat, what are you doing?
Oh, you forgot the D.
Ah, okay.
It is a mistake we have made many a time.
12. Not as impressive as a 25, but...
It is enough. Ryan, you glance around, and network seems strange at the moment.
Mm.
Like there is the bright gold that you know very much, but there's almost it's that kind of onion skin effect of things juddering and almost hallucinations forming before disappearing and then reappearing. And you see the carpet in the den just kind of grow and then shrink and then move to the left, and the desk changes slightly, and everything is just you're not quite sure how to describe it.
Rye's just sort of gonna look around and then look back down at Lynn. It's like, what's up with network? She's...
Oh. And Lynn does just like lean her head back so that she's looking into the full room again, because she has not got up off the floor. She's just there with her happy little boy. She goes, I've gone through a bit of a design change, as you can see. And she's grinning again. She goes, and network, dear sweetheart, well, she kind of wanted to change a bit as well. By the way, kiddo, I hope you like a big bedroom and there is the audible thunk of a wall upstairs shifting, and she goes, yeah, honestly, we have had a minor argument about, we do need a kitchen. Network has tried to give you the entire upstairs floor. I had to put my foot down at that point.
I'm not very big. I don't need a big room.
Well, you do need a big bed, and there is a thump upstairs. Yep, that's the bed being put in. Okay.
His eye is very round. He's like, wait, what?
Yeah. Network design. They like designing things. And honestly, it's a good occasion for it. We just... Word to the wise, kiddo, don't go in the guest bedroom. It's going to be full of pillows at some stage, I'm sure. We're going to get swamped.
He sort of looks at her for a second and is like, I can build a fort.
Oh, pecking heck. Okay, we are doing that at some stage, all right? We are doing that. And we are also getting up off the floor because as comfy as this is, I am starting to feel it.
Oh, okay.
Let's get up. Let's get up. And Lynn's gonna just do let's see if she can get up with Rye, because she's got the little koala boy. All right, 14.
Yeah, that'll do.
It's a struggle. It's a struggle, mainly because she is not letting go of her boy.
That's fair.
Like, literally, she is not going to let go of you for a very long time. She is just comfy. Well, she wants you to be comfy. If you said let go, she would. But until then, she has missed you so much.
Rye is not going to complain about this at all. He's more than happy to be hugged and held.
Aww. And Lynn does stand up and she goes, okay. Centers herself and she goes, all right. I presume we're going to have a lot to talk about, but holy peck, I am just so happy right now.
You're not going again, right? You're going to stay this time?
And Lynn, her expression visibly softens as she puts her hand on your head and goes, no, I'm not going away again, kiddo. I don't think I'm going to be doing that ever again.
He's gonna cling and, like, nuzzle your chest a whole bunch. He's just happy.
Lynn is fighting just going to the floor again to hug him some more, but she's resisting. She's resisting. And she goes, okay. You know what? I think we are emotional. There is many things going on. Right, you haven't made cookies.
No. I've eaten cookies.
Well, eating cookies, admittedly, is the best thing. Making cookies is also pretty good. And you know what? I have not baked anything in a week and a half. I admit I haven't been doing much of anything besides cases for a week and a half. We're going to skip over that and we are going to go upstairs and I am going to teach you how to bake these so that we can talk and cook or bake or whatever you do with biscuits. Do you cook cookies or do you bake cookies? We'll find out in a minute. Let's go.
Yay. Sounds like fun.
And Network is just helping you guys march upstairs because yes, there is a small shadowy child and a monkey who is being koala'd by said monkey child or said shadow child.
We don't have stairs. We have an escalator.
Yes. It ended, yes. Because Network is just that happy that yes, the stairs are moving. It's probably not the best thing when you're trying to walk, but yes.
Oh, I love it.
And right, if downstairs looks weird, upstairs also looks weird. You can see the wall of all the doors literally moving as Network tries to figure out where they want the doors and how they want the doors and the size of the doors and basically everything. and you do see your room just getting ever so slightly larger over time. Just a few inches, then a pause, then a few inches, then a pause, then a few more inches, then a pause.
Oh dear. Rye's just gonna kind of look at that and be like, Nettle, I don't need a super big room. I don't have any stuff. I don't need that much room.
Thump. There are now more pillows in your room. And there is just Lynn, that exasperated side. She goes, sweetheart, I love you. Nestle, sweetheart, I love you, Network. I love you with all my heart. Seriously, the boy, he doesn't need that much. I know we've talked about giving him the world. Please don't use his bedroom to take over the world. I'll tell you what, I'll take a smaller bedroom so he can have a bigger bedroom, but you leave the kitchen intact.
You don't have to have a small bedroom.
I don't have much stuff at either, kiddo. I mean, I have a hammock now. In fact, you know what? And Lynn bypasses the kitchen just for a second, and she goes to her bedroom, and she flings open the door, and you can see a hammock.
Ooh.
Lynn didn't have a bedroom before.
You have a room upstairs! He seems delighted by this.
Yeah. And we have pillows! And there is another thwomp, and you just see, like, a decent amount of pillows underneath this hammock, and she goes, okay, pick it, yeah. I probably shouldn't have drawn attention to that. We're going to get drowned. We're going to get...
And Rye's kind of going to look over Lynn's room and then lean to look down the hallway. It's like, that'll make them the same size.
And there is a Lynn going, wait, no! And, yep, they are now, there's a thump thump. And the bedrooms are decently sized now.
He is
And
going to
Linda's-
give a little twiggy thumbs up.
Yeah. And then does just kind of blink at that and go, you know what? Why not? Yeah, she's accepting it. You could literally give this monkey a closet and she would be grateful. However, no, she's getting a proper sized bedroom.
Rye would not be happy if she had a closet. I mean, exclusively a closet. Having somewhere to put your clothes is fine.
It's better than what she had before. I mean, the room was literally a cement room with like this tiny ratty bed at the back.
Mm-hmm.
But you know,
Rye does not know
so
that.
much better.
Network never let him in there.
Yeah. Network and Lynn have very much been making sure that Rye never saw the room. Probably did have some difficulties in there of trying to hide an entire gosh darn room, which is now the filing cabinet place again. The room is dead.
Hooray.
And Lynn does just shuffle into the kitchen at this point and go, okay. How the peck do you make cookies? I used to know how to make cookies. Honestly, I'm pretty sure if I didn't have my hat on my head, I'd probably lose it, because the brain cells, they are going.
Do you have a cookbook?
Do I have Yes, I do! Network, where's the pecking cookbook? There is a thunk as something falls off one of the top shelves. Like, the pecking cookbook has been found!
Does it have a cookie recipe in it?
That is an excellent question. I mean, I'm pretty sure this thing is mainly full of chili recipes. I'm not gonna lie, there are like 50 different types of chili you can make. It's kind of impressive how we've done that over time, but hey!
Oh, okay.
And I'm just gonna roll something for comedy's sake. Yeah. Okay. Lynn goes over to the book, which is on the floor. She leans over. Yeah. There's a problem of when you lean over when you've got an actual child on you. Your center of balance is well off.
Oh no.
Congratulations, you're both on the floor.
Oof.
But you have the cookbook!
Oh boy. Rye's just gonna kind of lie there a little bit and then giggle. Because he doesn't care. He has his Lynn back.
Yeah. Lynn is just kind of there, and she just like picks up the book and holds it aloft and goes, "We got it!
Yay!
And it's got the cooking recipe!
Woo!
I can see it! Alright, we're alive! Who wants a nap?"
You shouldn't bake in your sleep.
An excellent point. This is why you're here, Rye. You are absolutely genius and full of bright plans. Okay, we're getting up off the floor. We are getting up. And Lynn does just, like, get up. She did kind of just want to have a spontaneous nap. I mean, this monkey keeps forgetting that sleep is a thing. Now that she's comfortable, nap time is going to be every time she's comfy.
Oh. Oh boy.
She rests somewhere too long. Congratulations, you have a sleeping monkey.
Oh dear.
But she gets up, she makes sure you get up, and she goes, okay. So, I think we need to get the ingredients together for this. And she does whisper to you and goes, I would normally list the ingredients out loud, but with how Network is, do you really want to get covered in flour?
No, white's not my colour.
No, I don't think white's anyone's colour. Well, except Jacques. I mean, seriously, that guy is just skeleton white, and that's okay. But I don't think it works for monkeys and shadows.
No. That's okay. I can read, so it's all good. And he's gonna lean forward to look at the cookbook.
Right, this cookbook is honestly quite fancy. I mean, you know Lynn's handwriting. It's chicken scratch, right? Her handwriting is utter chicken scratch. But she looks as though this book has been put actual effort into it to make it look fancy.
But it's still a handwritten book?
Yeah. This book is entirely handwritten. In fact, roll me perception, insight, whichever one you think best for bring out writing.
It actually has it. Investigation is probably better, but Rye's history with that.
Roll it if he likes. He can roll investigation if he likes. Let's see it. Let's see if he's learned anything by being a detective.
Ha! That's a dirty 20. Perfect.
Lynn has been teaching you how to recognize handwriting as part of investigation. Oh God, I'm so proud of you, little Rye. Rye, you look at this book and yeah, you know what Lynn's handwriting looks like. You know how formal it can get because she has given you practice on recognizing forgeries and recognizing stuff like this as part of detective work to see if you'd be interested. And you see not just Lynn's handwriting. You see other handwriting that you've not seen before. It's other people, it's similar to Lynn's, but it's not Lynn's.
Actually, with a dirty 20, would any of it match what he saw in the photo album?
Yes, actually. You'd notice that there is a looping script of what you think would be Auntie Little Mal, and another one which is a bit more scratch marked of Uncle Old Tort, and a few others. They're in the binder or adding extra bits on stuff. For example, don't add this much flour, or the eggs go in first, or little picnic, do not switch on the blender that early.
Oh, bless.
This is a stagehand's cookbook that, yes, Lynn has made herself, but she had help. She's had help for years on perfecting this book.
Would Lynn like to roll a insight on Rye? Or Network like to roll an insight on Rye right now?
I think we can roll it for both. Let's see. There we go. We got Lynn.
17.
And sweetheart, what is yours? My wonderful, wonderful sweetheart, who we love very much. Oh, also a 3. Hey!
Wow.
Sweetheart sees all.
Yeah, apparently. Okay, well, Network definitely recognizes the way that Rye is looking at this book. There is distinct recognition in his expression as he's sort of picked out the different handwriting. But they both can see he is absolutely thrilled. Like, he's doing a tiny little happy little dance as he's sort of like, hopping his weight from one foot to the other. And he's just sort of looking it over. And then he sort of looks up at Lynn, and his eye is really, really, really blue. And he just sort of goes, "It's a cookbook with all of the Network in it."
Ha! And you see Lynn, like, for once, Lynn isn't actually hiding anything. She's not got her hat on her head. And she's just looking at you in pride, and she just goes, "So, you investigated, eh?"
Yeah.
That's my boy! Oh, I am so proud. I mean, and yes, this is the Network. This is the Stagehand's cookbook. I made it when I was, how old was I when I started this? I was pecking young. But this is our cookbook. And the way she says "our," she is looking at you, Rye.
He's kind of going to look at the cookbook for a little bit and then just sort of tilt his head to one side. It's like, I don't know how to cook anything, so I don't have anything to add.
Well, I'll be teaching you that front. I mean, I can teach you how to make a lot of things. Holy peck, now I've got time. And Rye, you can roll insight, and I will say you can roll with advantage if needed, because...
What's his insight? +5. Whoa, that's not a 5, that's a 56. That's not going to work. 11.
You have advantage if you need it.
Oh yeah, why not? Oh my goodness, I cannot type tonight.
Bless you. Bless your little cotton.
11. It is 11.
11 is enough to get a little bit of this. As Lynn said, she's got time. There was almost a look of realization and wonder there. And yeah, you don't quite get it, but Lynn didn't think she had long left before. I mean, she left for multiple reasons. One of them was she didn't know how long she had with her condition going the way it did.
Yeah.
I mean, she thought she might not even see the end of the year, and now she's realizing because of being cured, she has time again. It's not days or weeks or months, it's years and decades, and she's going to be here. She's going to live with her son, and she is going to be okay.
We love to see it.
Yeah. And she just grins at you and goes, I have so much I want to show and teach you, Rye. And I'm going to do it.
He just sort of smiles at that in the way that he does.
All right, so we need to get ingredients together, and she does glance at the ceiling, and she just goes, me and little Rye. No, I love you, but no. And you do actually hear the cupboards just rattle very faintly as she goes, no. All right, so we need flour, we need eggs, we need a couple of things. We're just gonna make simple biscuits. I mean, like fork biscuits. Those are quite simple. I mean, there are other biscuits you can make, like rosewater ones. I'm still learning how to make those for teal. I don't quite get why you put roses in biscuits, but I'll figure it out eventually. Maybe. I don't really get it. I mean, that dork is a dork, and I don't get why he wants that fancy shit, but okay.
Ones with flowers in are fancy.
We'll figure it out eventually, even if I have to, Hey, sweetheart, can we borrow some roses at some stage? Alright, we're gonna borrow roses at some stage. Not today, but at some stage we're gonna bake those roses into these biscuits and see what the fuss is about.
Okay. Can't be that hard.
God, these guys are actually gonna do it.
I know how to make rosewater biscuits, and it's not the way that Raya's picturing, so, you know.
It's not the way Lynn's picturing either. Lynn is being very literal on this front. You are going to see Lynn in the kitchen at some stage, holding a rose in her hand, going, okay, so what stage do we put you in?
Oh, dear.
But I think just let's roll and see how well we find the ingredients, and then I think we're going to have to start getting on with conversations.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are we doing an investigation or like another one of those, or what are we doing?
Investigation sounds a good idea.
All right.
And pray we don't roll low, because otherwise network will help.
Bum, bum, bum. Oh, she says, rolling a freaking 8.
Right, please.
Okay,
hey!
That's a 13. That's a lot better.
Yeah. I think what happens is Lynn goes to the cupboard with the flour in, sees it rattling, and just presses her hands against it. And that is all she is doing for the moment. Just a quiet hum.
Network, calm down, be calm.
Yes. Network gets very excited. Network is the happiest they have been in a couple of months. And they are trying to show that. They are trying to help. And Network, just like Lynn is going, sweetheart, please. Sweetheart, fine. Sweetheart of mine, so loved. Please, no. No. Yes. No. But you do get all of the stuff together. And I think as you start, mixing ingredients, it is time to have some of those talks that you need to. Because, right? Lynn left.
She did.
And she's back now, but yeah.
Rye is not going to be the one to bring this up first, so...
Alright, let me just roll a quick thing. Yeah, Lynn's twigged, and there is a very soft hum, and the breeze does blow through, and it's warm. but she does nod with it. Its network just goes, little in warmth bringer, talk to Ryavars. And she nods and she goes, I presume you have questions about why why I went away for a bit.
Rye stops what he's doing and goes very stiff.
Some stuff happened. I want to apologize, Rye, for my behavior before all of this. I wasn't in the best headspace, and I accidentally took that out on all of you by, well. And she goes very silent as she carries on mixing. She's not fully looking at you, it's the corner of her eye, because, yeah, she's starting to cotton on that some of the things she did probably, well, she thought they were the best, also probably weren't the best.
Rye doesn't look up at Lynn when she says that. And just sort of, because he'd stopped doing what he was doing and he doesn't pick that up again, but he does just sort of start fiddling with the utensils a little.
There was a reason I left. A couple of reasons. And the main one was, and Lynn has actually stopped what she's doing as well, as she just, like, almost braces herself against the counter. And she just goes, I was scared, Rye. I was scared of something that was happening that I couldn't stop. And instead of confronting that head on, I did confront it head on in a very reckless way, as I'm wont to do.
Rye puts his utensils down and turns to face Lynn. Just, he still doesn't say anything, but he is full self listening, and he looks a bit worried.
You know how, Network already spilled the beans on this one. You know how I, would sometimes, I got nightmares.
Mm.
And sometimes those nightmares got bad enough that I would, shift in my sleep.
Mm-hmm. That's why I bought you the lollipops.
That you did, because you are a incredibly kind child. But, it was getting worse. A lot worse. And here she actually does fully stop what she was doing, and she kneels down a bit so that she's a little close to your height. She goes, I was sick, and I was getting more sick. I was losing myself, and there was an incident similar to the time when we first met. I was somewhere, a marketplace, and there was a very big danger with some very good children. And I temporarily lost control. And no one innocent got hurt, but the other form got away from me for a moment, and And here she actually closes her eyes for a second and she goes, for a moment, forgot who I was. And I very nearly did something that there was no coming back from. And I got scared. If I kept shifting like that, eventually I was going to shift here, and you two were going to be.
Rye leans forward and just hugs Lynn again, like as tight as is physically possible for him. And I'm not going to make him roll for it because that's dumb. He's just going to hold on to her really tight.
Lynn hugs back, and her eyes are closed, and she was just like, I was terrified of losing you, and I wasn't safe to be around my little Rye, and I got scared. So I thought, I mean, I've tried so many things over the years to cure this condition, and I thought if I was losing myself that badly, so I ran. Because I thought if I could find the thing that did this to me, I could stop it. I could reverse this, or at least make sure that it could never do what it did to me to anyone else, to good people like you, because you are so good and I'm still learning what I am.
I know what you are.
Mind telling an old detective?
Warm. Soft. Kind.
I think those descriptions are better for you and sweetheart, but I'm gonna learn. I mean, you might have noticed now I'm no longer looking like a pecking abomination of a toon, because there was some hard truths and a situation that I'm not entirely sure I should have made it out of. I mean, seriously, there are some people that I'm going to have to chase down at some stage, and something I'm going to be avoiding for a very long time, but I went back to the manor, and, well, as you can see, I'm no longer wolf. I'm no longer wolf thing. I'm monkey.
Pum Pum!
And as you say that, her fur does just fluff. And right, she's round.
Oh, he's just gonna break into giggles.
Yes. I am a pom-pom. I am Detective Little Lynn pom-pom stagehand, and I am loving every second of it. I mean, I gotta admit, bath time is going to be an event nowadays. I'm probably going to have to reinvest in a couple of brushes, but yes. I am pom-pom, and I am here to stay. And, well, a few things have changed, and she does bring her tail around, and you see there are no bandages. Like, Lynn isn't wearing a single bandage anymore.
I'm just gonna quickly roll an intelligence for this kid. What's his modifier? +2. I was kind of hoping that would be a low roll because that's funny and adorable. So Lynn brings her tail around and Rice sort of looks in and goes, "Your stripes are gone."
Okay, there is a double blink there as there's a dot, and she went, right, sweetheart. Did you think those were stripes?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's burying her head on your shoulder and she's just like, my little rat, you are precious and adorable and too sweet for this world, but picking heck. Okay, I'm giving you further investigation practice, okay? We're gonna go over what people look like in the future so that you can get a bit more. Bless you, kiddo.
Oh, dear.
I had a condition called extreme design overstrain, which was messing with my sketching a little bit. But that's gone now. I mean, I'm at risk of microstraining, but that is another can of worms entirely and not something you need to concern yourself with. It's only high stress situations, and I'm going to be avoiding those for a bit.
Good. I mean, I know some healing spells, but I don't know that they work on that.
They might do. I still need to do a bit more reading myself on stuff. And speaking of magic, I am dabbling in magic, trying to understand it a bit more.
Rye's eye has gone like perfectly round and very large. You're gonna learn magic?
Yeah, I admit I'm not the best at it. Honestly, you could probably chuck a magic book at my head and I still wouldn't get it. But Jacques says, well, I asked and he supplied, and I'm gonna be learning a little bit of magic. I mean, it's all peck and magical bullshit, kiddo. I'm not gonna lie, but I think I might be able to get a hand on a bit of it. And here Lynn is going to do something. She's going to lean back, and you can see a look of utter concentration on her face. And she gets her hands in front of her, and she does just go, okay, so you do this, and you move like that, and you point. And, right? You hear a voice in your head going, and then you talk, and it should work. I mean, I hope it works. I mean, picking heck, I don't know what I'm doing. Is this working?
Rye is bouncing. Like a very, very bouncy little shadow boy now. So, yes, I think it did work. Was that message?
Yeah.
Oh,
It
man.
has come the first spell. It is message. And she's just going, okay, I think it's working. Pecking heck. I'm pretty sure you're happy. I think you can respond. I don't pick no. I'm just trying here.
Oh, boy.
And she does glance up. It's just like, yeah, network doesn't seem as though they've heard it. And so she's looking back and going, is this working?
You get a very loud response from Rye, which is, it's working!
Heck, it's fantastic! And that is actually out loud because you could only do one relay of message. And she's just like, it works!
Rye's gonna clap. Rye's gonna clap. He's very impressed. That's so cool. Oh, maybe I could help too. I know magic. Maybe I could teach you some.
All right, that is brilliant. We are totally doing that. I mean, I've got, and she actually pulls out. In fact, let's just see if she's able to pull it out. Let's see, what is it for? It's a D10 for the fumble, I think. 9. She pulls out a little notebook that she's got, and it's got a little pumpkin on the front, and she just goes, and I'm using this book for spells. I mean, I needed to get a separate one for spells because I've got a few notebooks. I've got a lot of notebooks. I should probably trim down the amount of notebooks I have, but I'm learning, and I think I've got message, and I've got 2 other things. I mean, there's something called a cantrip and a first level spell. I still need to figure out what I'm going to do for that one, but I'm learning. I'm trying.
Spells are fun.
Yes.
Some of them are really, really useful. Like this one. And I don't think I have to roll for him to cast this. Nope. He holds out both of his hands, and with a little poof, 10 little berries appear in his hands.
Okay, Luna's fluffed up even more, and you can just see there are sparkles in her eyes as her kid does pecking magic. So proud. Like, seriously, any spell you do, kiddo, she's just immediately proud of you for it, and she just goes, what? And what the peck are these?
Berries!
Are they crunchable? Are they crunchable?
I don't think they're crunchy. They're more squishy.
Crunch is the best thing. but we do like a berry. They are safe to eat, I presume. I mean, they're not gonna like explode or anything.
They're for eating.
Okay. Do you want to try and put them in the cookies?
We could try. I've not done that before.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea. In fact, I think what would you say she should roll for this? Arcana, nature.
For figuring out what the berries are, I'd say Arcana because they are conjured via a spell.
Hey,
Nice.
19. She knows more about poisons and that sort of stuff for unrelated wolfish reasons, and also for figuring out stuff like what happened to Bogart. She has been trying very hard on poisons and berries and that sort of front, but this isn't that, but she still gets it, and she's like, okay, so these are...
Good berries. And like with a 19 on that Arcana, like you can tell they're a very magical little berry, and they actually I'll just read out the spell description. A creature can use its action to eat one berry. Eating a berry restores 1 hit point, and the berry provides enough nourishment to sustain a creature for 1 day, and they lose their potency after 24 hours.
And there's Lynn nodding. And right, you see just a flicker of something go over Lynn's face, and she leans over your shoulder and goes, by the way, what's that over there?
Was that a deception?
That was a sleight of hand. She was just like, one of the berries is gone. You can definitely feel it though, because it's just like a fuzzy hand, and then there is a small chomp.
Oh dear, I imagine they taste kind of like a cranberry.
Lynn does not care. She now has a berry in her mouth. And she is trying very hard to look innocent, but you can't really look innocent in this circumstance.
Ryan's just gonna giggle. You're welcome to eat them.
Ethan, no, I didn't eat anything. No, didn't touch a thing. Don't even know what they look like. Never seen a good berry in my life. What's that over there? And you see her try. She's almost about to pull the exact same trick of pecking again.
Ryan's just gonna go over to the cupboard and get out a bowl and just put them in a bowl and then just hand her the bowl.
Yeah. Okay, she's realised that yes, okay, she can't actually lie to her kid, especially with a gosh darn 9 sleight of hand.
Yeah.
She just takes the bowl and goes, okay, I don't think these are going to go in the biscuit. But no, I am going to show restraint. We are putting them in the biscuits, even though they taste peckin' fantastic. I am showing restraint.
I've eaten a lot of these. They're good.
They do taste pretty good. We can definitely put them in the cookies. In fact, actually, we do need to decide on the cookie shape. Rye, do you want to go and pick stuff out? I mean, I'll admit, Network does like collecting cookie cutters. Like, yeah, they're shiny. And Network does love shiny things. And there is a rattle from one of the drawers as it flings itself open with a very happy
Oh dear, he's gonna go have a sticky beak through the cookie cutter drawer.
Right, there is an arm of cookie cutters. Literally every kind of cookie cutter you can think of, there is in this drawer.
I will admit to having a cookie cutter drawer myself. There's quite a lot of cookie cutters in it. He's gonna come back with 2 cookie cutters. And one of them is shaped like a house with a little chimney. And the other one seems to be a monkey.
Oh! Yeah, okay, there is an actual audible "aw" from the house, from Network, and from... Hang on, wait. I'm pretty sure we might have... Hang on, give me 1 second. And Lynn races to the drawer, and there's a rummage. And then she pulls it out, and right, it sort of looks like your hat. I mean, it's a bit more ghost than Shadow Child. But she's like, we can probably make this work. What do you think? I mean, family set?
Rye looks thrilled. Like there are sparkles in his eye, and he's just doing that little happy dance again.
I am so glad. And Lynn does come over, and yet, while you guys have been having your emotional talk, Network has kind of been helping. Like, there is a roller that has been kind of nudged across the counter a couple of times. Like, Network has tried really hard. They have not got Unseen Servant, but they can control some things in the house. And there is just the nudge, nudge, nudge of the roller before it screeches to a stop, and then a nudge, nudge, nudge as it goes the other way. And the cookie mix has been thoroughly flattened. Perhaps a little too thin. You might have to fold it over.
Oh, bless. That's okay. They can put jam in between the layers.
Ooh, good berry jam. Perhaps.
There's only 8 good berries because Lynn's already eaten 2. I don't think that's enough to make jam.
A fair point.
Also, Rye doesn't know how to make jam, and I doubt Lynn does.
Lynn actually does.
Oh, okay.
For the soul of jam and fur, she used to have pink fur sometimes because she would just, like, reach into the jam jar once she'd made it because she was hungry.
Oh, bless.
There are many pictures in the photo album that you are going to see of this very silly little monkey Toon getting up to shenanigans. And as you guys do carry on, and there is the making of these cookies, and Lynn, yeah, there is a softness, and her tail does curl around you a little when she goes, there has been good on my travels. I mean, I'm not going to be going on any more of those. I'm not going to go on any week and a half long adventures, and there are going to be some changes around here. I mean, there is something. I'm going to play off that earlier 22 that you got. Right, there's a smell of coffee in this place. There is not any hint of the smell of coffee, which has been hanging over this place incredibly thickly. It's gone. There's the smell of fresh baked biscuits and of chili, and it smells brighter on that front.
Probably smelt a little bit dusty the last time Rye was here too.
Indeed. And now it smells clean and new beginnings and a lot of different stuff. And Lynn does go, there's going to be a few changes. For one thing, I'm cutting back on cases. Not stopping cases, because I am needed on that front. Crime doesn't rest, but I will be. And I'm stopping the coffee for multiple reasons. I mean, Asclepius did cast protection from poison, and I definitely think I needed that, because I did kind of lose a bit of count on how much I was having. But it's fine.
It smelt bad.
Yeah, I've got to admit I went a bit nose blind on that front, but there's no coffee in Network anymore. I mean, the coffee machine did explode. Thanks, sweetheart.
Rye is going to give the room a thumbs up.
No, do not encourage that. The coffee machine literally exploded, kiddo. I came back and the coffee machine was just toast. Like brown bread. Like, seriously, draw a chalk outline around it. It was gone. And I'm giving you both blanket permission. If you ever see a coffee in this place, you have free reign to make it explode. Except, please, I mean, I wouldn't put it in one of my mugs. So, you know what? Go ham. If you explode it.
He's getting a very, very big think at the moment. I'm just quickly checking the druid's spell list to see if there is anything that he could use to make it explode. I don't think so. I mean, he's got purify food and drink. That would work.
Yeah, there's just going to be, if ever there's a coffee in this place, it's going to get eviscerated by purification. It's just water and nothing else.
Amazing.
But she does go, and I'm trying out. I mean, there's hot chocolate, and I'm gonna be trying to sleep a bit more than I was before, because yeah, you kind of know on that front. But I'm also trying tea. I mean, and you can roll insight if you like, because Lynn has pulled a very interesting face on that front. Yeah. Okay,
Wow!
nat 20.
And the
Yeah.
D was in there. That is a legit nat 20. Huzzah!
Yeah. You see Lynn's face go through a journey of confusion and acceptance, and then confusion again. She goes, "Yeah, um, Asclepius makes tea out of some. I don't quite get it. I don't know whether he makes it from the grave or from flowers on the grave or something else entirely. I'm very confused. Jacques wasn't exactly able to explain it himself because he was face palming. I'm kind of just gonna process that at another point. But hey, the tea does actually taste nice.
Oh, I don't think I saw his tea plants when I was there.
Oh,
I
so
get to help him in his garden. He's got so many cool plants.
Oh, that is great to hear. And you've been there. I mean, I presume you've been there because you said the garden. So you've been visiting often. You make friends.
Yeah, I've got some new friends that live there.
Oh, that is peckin' fantastic to hear. I am so proud of you. And speaking of friends, I've met some good people, and I think you might like them. I was going to introduce you to them at some stage. There's little March and little Hugh, and then there's little Grey. He's a bit of a picnic of a kid. I mean, he means well, and he's a bit of a hard truther. Uh, he's from the Independent Isles, which does remind me. Network, and Lynn does rock back on her heels, and she goes, "There is someone new I want to add to the threat list. There's some mother pecker called Ark. I want them obliterated. Okay, we're gonna find a way of like dealing with that mother pecker at some stage."
You may wish to roll a perception to start with.
Let's see, perception. That is a 6 for Lynn.
13.
And
Cool.
I should do one for network as well,
Yep.
which is also, network does emulate their warmth bringer very much. 23.
Fantastic. Okay, I think that's high enough for both of you. Oh shit. Okay. Rye has his eye has changed color
Oh,
immediately. To a very, very, very pale grey. Like it is almost white.
right, kiddo, are you all right?
He just sort of falls backwards onto his bum.
Oh, Pick. Okay, you're fine. You're fine. Lynn's gonna do a medicine check because her kid has just almost collapsed, and everything was fine, and now everything is not fine. What the peck? What the peck? Oh wait, she does actually. She actually has a higher thing now. 19.
Okay, he is not hurt. He's not sick. This is what's a good way to put it? Stress based.
Okay. Lynn knows stress. Lynn knows a lot of stress. Lynn has lived a lot of her life being very stressed. She goes, okay, you're fine. You're fine. What did I say? Wait.
He is gonna reach his hands out and cling to Lynn's arm, and like this is a very different with all of his strength cling to like the hugs from before. This is desperate. This is terrified, and he doesn't quite shout it, but it is a little bit rash. He's like, "Do not go anywhere near him."
And something clicks. As Lynn, there is a board downstairs that Lynn has been slowly compiling of things related to Rye and his scars. And Pokemon in general. She's been trying to figure out who his guardian was. And she'd narrowed it down to a Pokemon noble. Wait, Ark's the leader of the Independent Isles.
Well,
Leader
of one of them.
Yeah. He'd have a manor. He'd be rich.
Mm-hmm.
And there is you don't even have to roll insight. You can see the detective in Lynn making connections. And she just goes, "Oh, is that right? Is that them?"
He is shaking. And he just shakes his head. It's like, please, please, please stay away from him.
Okay, we're fine. We're not going anywhere near. You're not going anywhere near them. It's okay. Just breathe. You're fine. You're safe. You're here. You're here with me and Network, and we're not gonna let them anywhere near you. All right? You're okay. You're okay. And Lynn is she's gonna carefully just like place a hand on your shoulder. If you flinch, she will stop immediately, but she is just trying to ground him.
He does flinch, but it's not like flinching away from Lynn. It's just a sort of kind of like my nerves have just kicked in kind of flinch.
Okay. Right. Do me a favor. 5 things you can see. What can you see in this room?
Um, um, yeah, rolling pin, oven, you, dining table, how many is that? Chair?
That,
5.
that's 4. One more thing. Just anything you can see. And there is actually Network drops a thing of flour.
Flour!
Yep, you're doing good. All right. 4 things you can hear. Come on, you can do it. You're doing great, and I'm so proud of you. You're fine. You're safe. You're here. All right.
You, and and he's just sort of listening. He's like, I think I can hear Nettle a little. I think maybe.
There is a very loud hum from Network, and also the rolling pin does just roll over things. Like
Clatter.
honestly, yep. You're doing great. In fact, you know what? You're fine. You're safe. We are not going anywhere near that mother pecker. You're okay. You're here, and you're safe, and you're with me. And I swear to you, Rye, I swear to you, that person is never going to come near you again. Not as long as I breathe.
And he just sort of starts sobbing, and like he is absolutely crying now. There's tears on his cheeks, and he's just sort of sitting there. And like, you spend a lot of time around kids. This is not how a 15-year-old cries. This is how a 5-year-old cries.
Oh, Lynn's heart is breaking as she just leans down, and she's going to go into. I'm going to pray to God we get the hand. Yeah, all right. She pulls out the safety blanket, the one that you know that she uses when she gets really stressed, the really, really big one. And she goes, "You're all right. We're going to get to the bottom of this. I'm going to. I swear to you, Rye. I swear to you that Mother Pecker is never going to come near you. You are my boy, and I will protect you from them, okay?"
He just sort of snuggles into Lynn. He doesn't say anything, but you kind of get the impression that he does believe that.
And then she is muttering under her breath as this goes on, because she honestly thought that whoever this Mother Pecker was, they perhaps looked like Harold, like her octopus who does grab people's faces. And she honestly assumed that perhaps that was what she was looking for. That's why she didn't find anything so far, because she was looking for someone who looked different. But now she's finally making those connections. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she does actually mutter that, because she's like, okay, so Harold was a false lead on that one, a red herring. All right. We'll figure something. I mean,
there is a reason why he's afraid of Harold, but that's a different thing.
She finds out, she's going to turn whoever it was into calamari. I kid you not. But she goes, okay, but you are safe, you are fine, and I am going to do everything I can to keep you safe. I mean, there are different ways we can keep you safe. I mean, I've been learning about exemptions and emancipations. I think that's what they're called, from Miss Bow. I've told you about her before. I and I'm gonna be talking to our wonderful spooky grandparents, because you have citizenship in Halloween Town, and that helps fortify things. That helps make sure no one can do anything. And here she stops for a second, and she hugs you tightly and warmly and with definite fluff, and then she pulls back and goes, I wanted to do this as a happy thing, but I think it's best as a reassuring thing now. I for a while have been looking into something very specific, something that I thought would make sure for definite that you were safe and that you had a proper guardian. You can say no if you want to. I mean, I haven't been the best person forever, but I wanted to make sure I'd be safe to be around before I cemented this. And Rye, I think you can tell where Lynn is going with this, seeing as network peck and tattled.
I'm gonna roll a deception, but I'm gonna do it at disadvantage. What's his deception? Got a +4. Okay, so it's a 16. So he's still keeping a lid on it.
I will say, Lynn's passive perception is 16.
Well, he sort of lifts his head to look up at Lynn as she's talking, and the grey is leaching out of his eye, and it's turning blue again. Like, it's still very pale, but it's becoming colourful again. Like, that grey is changing to blue slowly. But like, his little brain is turning. He's like, oh.
And I'm gonna roll very quickly for Lynn at this. Oh my god! Okay.
Oh, wow!
And you do see it, because it's still kind of obvious, even with, I kid you not, and I did it at disadvantage of 24, you do see Lynn's tail go into her pocket as she pulls out note cards. You can't tell what's on them, but yes, she has been practicing this for a very long time. And she just... I have been looking into something, and Rye, I will admit, I consider you my own. And, well, when I was very little, I was picked up by a couple of stagehands. Uncle Tort, Auntie Mal, uncle, cousin, we don't really know what Reggie is, he's a whatever, and other folks. And they brought me in, and they gave me a home. They sat me down at tables and gave me chili and hot chocolate and told me stories. And they told me about bonds, about family. And I kind of understood that before now. I mean, you've seen my network. You've seen the bonds I've made. And yes, I've made many bonds. I've made nieces and nephews and nibblings and so many others, but I never understood what it was to have a son before I met you. And Rai, I consider you more than a nephew, and if you'd have me, you decide on this. I mean, if you want me as an aunt, or if you want me as just a detective or someone you live with, that's fine as well. But I would like to adopt you, if you're okay.
His eye is vivid blue. Like, it is so blue. I don't think you have ever seen his eye that blue before.
What do you say? Is this okay with you? I mean...
I'm gonna get Lynn to do a dex save.
Alright. Dex save. What is your dex save, Lynn?
Okay.
And I can do this at disadvantage if you'd like.
Uh,
Because she isn't quite anticipating what I think you're going to do.
sure, do it at disadvantage. It's probably it's still an 18. Okay. You wobble. You distinctly wobble and maybe have to take a step back as he just sort of, from the position he was in, springs at you. Both arms around your neck and holds you really, really tight. And there's just this squeal.
I'm presuming that's a yes.
Yes!
Oh, holy peck. And Lynn just, like, she'd used her tail to support herself so that she didn't go falling back. And she just hugs you, and there is joy, and she's just like, okay, my little Rye, how does little Rye stagehand sound?
I love it! I love it!
All right. Holy feck, I have a son!
Yeah!
I have a fucking son! And there is the loudest hum you have ever heard. I'm pretty sure half of Toontown hears this absolute foghorn of a hum.
Oh dear.
And then she's like, okay, so I've got the paperwork already. I'll admit I've been dotting my T's and crossing my I's on it and erasing a few bits because turns out you can't put swear words on these sorts of papers. You live and you learn. You live and you learn. But I've been talking to people, and we will potentially need witnesses. But heckin' heck, we've got an army of a family, and I'm pretty sure we could get at least one of them to sign off on this. And holy heck, I've got a son! And yeah, she's just clinging to you now.
Ryan's just gonna look at Lynn and shyly, very shyly, goes, "Does that make you my mom?"
If you'd have me, kiddo, there would be nothing that would make me happier. You're my boy, you're my son. You're my son, my little Rye.
I've not had a mom before.
Well, I'm going to try and be the best mum I can be. I'm not always going to be the best, but I swear to you, Rye, I swear to you, I am going to do my level best to be the best person I can be for you.
He just sort of snuggles straight into Lynn and giving her her cheek a big nuzzle, which is odd because he's not a nuzzly kind of person apparently. But yeah, he's just like you the best, absolute best.
No, kiddo, you're the best. You're the best. You're my little Rye. You're the best. You are the best being. You are the best thing that has ever happened to me. You and Network and honestly, the people I've met, you are all fantastic, and I'm going to earn that love. I'm going to earn that. I'm learning that I deserve love, and you make that possible. You have made all of this possible, and I thank you, Rye. I love you. I love you so much.
Ryan's going to do something that I think might surprise Lynn a little bit. Because there is a pause and a think. And then he says in Network speech, happy, so happy, Network family of mine.
Oh, there is a pause. And there is a hum back of little Rye of mine, so loved, so soft, so good. Network of ours, family of ours. Brightest spark, my little warmth bringer. And Network is going to join in on this hug now. I hope we are aware of this. It's too late. It's too late. Network is bringing it in. Let's see. What is her? Yep. You know what? Yes. We are going with the highest thing that Network can. We're probably going to be in danger.
Oh, Jesus.
That is a dirty 20. Yes, we are tornadoed. I'm sorry, kiddo. There is the warmest tornado you have ever heard. It is warm. It is bright. There is a literal rainbow on the ceiling and the walls as every bond that Network has sings.
Yay.
the rest of the people in Lynn's network might be a little confused of why all of a sudden every last one of her business cards has just got ever so slightly warmer for a second. It's unexplainable. It just happens for a beat. People are going to be baffled. But
Oh dear.
that is irrelevant in this moment, as you three are just... This is a family. This is home. And it is warm and it is bright, and this is the start of something new. And yes, there's going to be hardships, there's going to be chaos, there's so many threats in the future. I mean, there's Sir Bogart's kids, there's this Ark, Mother Pecker, there's the Thing. There are so many threats out there, but in this moment, they're irrelevant because this is home.
I have a query. Is there a smoke detector in the kitchen?
There is!
Cool. Because I think that a hilarious way to end this is for the rule of funny, and for there to just be they're having this lovely moment, and then all of a sudden, beep, 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 because there's smoke coming out of the oven. Oh, God.
You know the best bit of when Network gets happy, everything gets warmer. You might have set the biscuits at the perfect temperature. You might have set them in for the perfect time. Network getting excited. Yes, the oven's on fire.
Oh, dear.
And guess what? You've seen it before. There is now tangible Grawlix around Lynn. Like actual rainbow Grawlix just around her head. And she goes, "Oh, pick the biscuits!"
Good thing Rice got create or destroy water. And I think dealing with that is probably where we do the zoom pan out.
Yes. We zoom out of Network, we zoom to a blue sky, and it's warm and bright and new beginnings.
We love to see it. That's great.
Yeah. Lynn has a son!
And Rye's got a mum. As soon as Lynn finds out that Network tattled before she could ask him.
You are going to hear it. Lynn is going to be pacing downstairs on the fluffiest rug you have ever seen, going, "I had pick and note cards. Note cards. 17 hours Network. I love you, but seriously, my dear." And it's going to be the most innocent humming ever of just like, it's almost an innocent whistle of nope, nope, did not, nope, no little Lynn Warmth Ringer did not tattle, no.
Oh dear. Well, I suppose that's it from us for today. Thank you for playing with me, Be Wild. That was delightful.
It was soft, and we know the Mother Pecker now.
Yes, some lore came out there.
I want you to know that person has lost their kneecap rights.
I don't think he has kneecaps. Did I design them with kneecaps? I'm not sure.
If he didn't have them, he will get them so that he can lose them.
That's great.
And I think that's where we stop the recording.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.